Hey y'all, so we're going to be cooking today. We're going to be making fish and grits. So the first thing I'm going to be using is some extra virgin olive oil to fry my fish in. Our fish substitute today is going to be oyster mushrooms. I really love oyster mushrooms as a meat substitute because you can really make anything out of them. I use them for chicken, well, not chicken for real, but I would season my mushrooms like chicken, just like I'm seasoning my mushrooms like fish, so I can have a fish taste. But yeah, I just rinsed them off, added some vinegars and washed the veggies off. Then I'm chopping up some green onions because these are going to go on top of my grits, but the grits aren't even cooking yet, but I just like to pre-cut things and have everything ready. So my mushrooms are clean. I am going to go ahead and switch them into a bowl and season them up. So for seasonings, I am going to be using seasoning salt, which is not good for you, but I'm going to use it anyway because it's already in my cabinet. And after that, I'm just going to be making my own seasonings. But this is the Morton Season All seasoned salt. And then after that, I'm going to add some onion powder because I put onion powder on everything. And like I said, I'm going to be making my own seasonings. They're super easy, but this is the Tony's Creole seasoning. I use that to give it more of a fish taste because that's what we're going for today. Mix it all up in the bowl, and we're going to just add the mushrooms to cornmeal, just like you would if you was making actual fish. This is yellow cornmeal, and we're just gonna put it in the bowl, and this is what we're gonna be battering our fish with to fry it. I didn't season the cornmeal. I don't know if people season their cornmeal, but I didn't. It'll be good either way, but I added a little bit more seasoning salt because I wanted to make sure like you get in the seasonings, because mushrooms don't taste like anything. But yeah, so I just battered the fish and I let the skillet get hot and I placed them in there. It actually looks like little fish fillets if you ask me, but what do I know? So yeah, I'm just battering the rest of the fish. I only put a few in at a time because I wanted them to cook evenly and I wanted them to all be very crispy. I didn't want to put too many in there because sometimes when you try to push them push them too close together, they won't cook like you want them to and they'll be soggy. So I just did a few at a time. And this is what they're looking like when I first put them in a skillet. They're cooking, and they cook really fast because they are mushrooms and they don't take as long as I would say fish does because it's a mushroom. So now I'm getting my water ready for the grits. Grits aren't healthy as well, but I already bought the grits. So I'm like, I'm gonna make some fish and grits. But I think I put like 4 cups of water because I was making either 6, I think I was making 6 servings of grits, which no, we didn't eat them all, but I made enough. So yeah, I'm just letting the water boil, and then I'm gonna flip my fish over because they're starting to brown on one side. And like I said, you don't have to cook them as long as you would fish because it is a mushroom and mushrooms cook really, really fast. But yeah, excuse the background, my baby is watching his show and he's also a little fussy. But yeah, so this is what the fish look like from me flipping them, and then I'm just gonna add my instant grits. These are the 5-minute grits by Quaker, and I only used a cup of grits. I believe it was only a cup for 6 servings, and I just stir them in. And I kind of made a mess, but I'm gonna stir them because when you are making grits, you don't want them to get thick because then they start to get clumps in there, and we don't want clumpy grits. But yeah, these are the 5-minute grits. These are the ones that I buy. They have old fashioned, but 5-minute grits cook quicker and they still give you the best. They're so good. But yeah, so I'm about to remove these pieces from the oil, and then I'm going to add the rest in there. That one was not cooked how I wanted it to cook, so I flipped it back over, and then that one is going to stay in there for a little bit while, like a little bit longer. Because some of the mushrooms be really thick, so I have to cook them just a teeny bit longer. And these are just like the little stragglers that was left. And the bowl, and I made every single one because I'm not wasting anything. Food has been so expensive lately, so it's not even a question. I'm not wasting nothing. So yeah, just put them in there, and I took that one out because look how brown it is. I cooked it a little bit too long, but it still was really good. It was really good. So then I'm just gonna stir up my grits again, because like I say, you do not want them to get thick, and you don't want to have clumps in your grits. Oh my gosh. And yeah, look, I'm making more of a mess. I'm sorry about the voiceover, y'all, but forgive me. This is me being my authentic self, and sometimes babies are going to cry in the background, okay? So I'm just going to flip these, because these fry super quick because they're so little. So I really didn't need to cook them for a long time. So this is pretty much like it took me like 15 to 20 minutes to make this meal. It was super easy and super quick. So if you want something super fast, you don't have to take forever to make. Fish and grits is a good quick meal. So yeah, I'm stirring my grits again, because you gotta keep stirring those grits, y'all. Keep stirring and stirring and stirring, because you want smooth, soft grits. Well, I don't know if we will call them soft, but you know, grits are gritty. But yeah, so I just let it cook for a little bit. Came back over and took the rest of my little fishies out. Well, my mushrooms, but they're fish. It's fish. It's for sure fish. And then I just cut that eye off, and then I switched my grits to that eye because they were finished, but it's not on anymore. So, and I left the eye on the other side. Sometimes it's like I be trying to set my house on fire. But yeah, the grits are done. I added butter. I eventually cut it off. Some butter. I added some seasoning salt, some pepper, and of course some onion powder, because I put those in every damn thing. It's literally not anything that I would make that I would not put those ingredients in. And yeah, some pepper, and then I added some vegan mozzarella. I'm just showing you guys the onion powder because I didn't show you. But yeah, some vegan cheese. This is one of the best brands I've came across, the Follow Your Heart cheese. It actually melts. It doesn't taste disgusting, and these grits were so good with the cheese. So yeah, I think I end up adding a little bit more cheese, but I didn't show you guys. But yeah, I'm just gonna stir everything together, and I ain't gonna lie, these are the best cheese grits I ever had. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. And at the end, I'm going to show you guys the end result. It's just a little picture. I didn't get a video. I forgot. But the end result, I had to add some hot sauce to my fish. But yeah, it came out so good.